Well, this is a step in the right direction. Thunderbolts is fantastic. I loved this movie. Even if I hated that it used characters introduced in a TV show. Namely, our not Captain America dude here. He was introduced in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And like my previous rant on Brave New World, I feel like you needed to break that TV show up and put elements for both of those shows into both of these movies. This character should have been introduced in this movie. We didn't even need to have that TV show. We really didn't need to have it at all. And if you wanted to have that TV show and you wanted to have that character there, it should not be canon to this movie. Luckily, everything about this character that you need to know is told in this movie, so you won't be lost. The only required viewing is Black Widow, the Black Widow movie. Black Widow introduces Red Guardian. It introduces What's Her Face by Florence Pugh. You need to have watched Winter Soldier for Bucky. And you need to watch Ant-Man 2, I think, for Ghost. That's Ghost, actually. That's X-Men Origins Wolverine's Deadpool, right there. Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. Oh, well, it's technically not him, but then that's also technically not Taskmaster. So that's not Taskmaster. So luckily we don't lose Taskmaster. Taskmaster doesn't die, so thankfully whatever this is gone. And we have Bob. I like Bob. Bob's fun. And it's a very fun movie. It's a very fun story. It's a very... the whole heart and soul of this movie is Red Guardian, though. Red Guardian is fantastic. I love him. He's a fantastic character. Winter Soldier doesn't really have too much to do here, but I like that he's here. I like that, but... like I said, Falcon and the Winter Soldier really should not have happened. That TV show really should not have happened. Elements from that show should have been given to this movie for this character so that we have the character growth here. He starts out as some sort of senator. That doesn't need to happen. Winter Soldier should have been in Cap 4, and then we should have had a Hulk movie. That Brave New World should have been split up into 2 movies. Cap 4 should have been the Falcon and the Winter Soldier story, combined with elements of Cap 4 Brave New World. And the Red Hulk story should have been the Red Hulk story. And Bucky should have had his character growth moments in Cap 4, and then we can continue those character growth moments in the Thunderbolts. I absolutely despise the TV shows. I hate that they exist. I hate that they're stuck on a streaming service. They have very limited physical releases that are limited. You don't get too many of them. You don't get all of them. You only get a couple of them. I believe Falcon and Winter Soldier did have a very limited physical release. You could still find them. You can order them online or whatever, but they're not widely released, which irritates me. Loki had a limited wide release. It should have had a wider release. Loki should have been Season 1 and Season 2 combined into a single set. Falcon and Winter Soldier and WandaVision should have been released combined into a single set. And that Secret Invasion, Secret Wars, or whatever, with Nick Fury, that should have been released physically. There's just so many things he should have released physically that are locked onto a streaming service that I'm dreading when we get a movie coming out, because I keep wondering, am I going to have to do TV show homework? Am I going to have to look up the story, the summary of the TV show, so I know if there's anything that happens in a TV show in this movie? Luckily, no. You don't need the majority of that for Thunderbolts. You just need to know why Bucky's some sort of congressman now. You need to know why that happened. You need to know who the heck this guy is. And you need a couple other movies. The movies are fine. This is called the MCU. You need the movies for that. I'm fine with that. The film universe works. Watch the movies, you understand it. Now, but after Phase 4, with the TV shows being brought in, now it's watch the movies, you're still going to be a little lost. You need the TV shows too. But I'm not going to do that rant in this one. I'm not going to do that rant in this one, because this movie's too good to have that rant. I actually liked Black Widow. I liked the Red Guardian in that movie. He's the comic relief, and he's the comic relief in this one as well. But he's also the heart in this movie. He has a low opinion of himself. He really wants to recapture his glory days. He really loves his surrogate daughter, and he really wants to reconnect with her. And she felt like he abandoned her after Black Widow died. She lost her sister, and she really needed her father, and her father had low self-esteem and thought that she didn't want him, and then she thought he didn't want her. It was a lot of great heart moments in this, and both actors are fantastic here. They are doing their best, and I really appreciated everything on screen, on display with everybody here. The new way we get to see this character is okay, but like I said, we should have had a little bit more with him. The backstory with him should have been seen when we get into the Bob realm. The Bob realm, which, if you've watched this movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. The Bob realm, where everybody gets to see the darkest historic moments. We only get to see that with Pugh's character, Florence Pugh's character. I would have wished we get to see at least one scene with each of the other four main characters. We get to see a moment from their past, a traumatic section there. Maybe we get to see Bucky with some really terrible Winter Soldier moment that he really regrets. We get to see something with Red Guardian, probably to do with his family. We get to see. I would have really preferred this here. I would have preferred a scene from this guy's past. We get to see a little bit of it. We get to see a little bit of it with his wife and child, but a little bit more to explain who he is. It would have helped. It would have helped. Either way, these characters are fantastic. This is very much a Suicide Squad type of story. We have 3 super soldiers, 1, 2, and 3. We have one ghost lady who could do phase shift stuff. And then we have Florence Pugh, who's just like a secret agent, very agile type of fighter, like Black Widow. Black Widow 2.0 here, basically. But nobody with superpowers, nobody who could fly or shoot beams, and no ray guns and all that stuff. Bob is the only one that can do that, but Bob can't control his powers, so Bob can't be super, super awesome. So it's basically like the B-Team, and I love that. It's a fantastic little story. I definitely recommend you watch it. It's probably one of the best films since Deadpool and Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine, I would say, is better than this, but this is still a fantastic story. This, Deadpool and Wolverine, and Guardians 3 were the 3 best films since Spider-Man No Way Home, in my opinion. Everything else is just not as good, but this is definitely worth watching.